My name's Bill. Been a resident here since 1984. I have two questions for you. First of all, the way the property taxes are done today through the county, if we go city, but does that all apply to the city, or does the county get a portion of it?
Regarding property tax, the city of Temecula is basically a post-Prop 13 city, which the city of Wildomar would be. And so your fiscal analysis will really tell you how that works. But in our case, we get 5 or 6% of the property tax in Temecula that stays in Temecula. I'm not sure, I have not looked at your fiscal analysis, but basically you as a city will keep the money that is designated for that. And maybe Mr. Buster has more information on that.
No, that's not right. You can keep a greater portion of your property tax stays here.
Right now, about 12 cents, 11, 12 cents of the property tax dollar, each property tax dollar you pay comes to the county. About over half of that, 53 cents goes to schools, and something around 6, 7, 9 cents goes to cities. So you see the cities have that percentage for sure, which is created within their borders. So Wildomar would have keep that percentage of property tax within the city borders, and then plus whatever county services there were that are wholly or partially provided by property tax would also continue. And the fiscal analysis analyzed all those points about divisions of products and concluded that overall the city is viable and that it would in fact receive more revenues in total than remaining in the county.
Thank you. My second question is, first of all, I'm in favor of city if it goes well. I think back to Marietta when they had the Melrose problem. And the Melrose, these homeowners was based on a projection of growth. And then the bottom fell out of real estate. And the Melrose went up. And the bills that the homeowners, some of them had to leave because they could no longer afford the house being with the higher Melrose. That was back in the 90s, I believe. So here we have a situation where we don't have Melrose to speak of in Wildomar, like Marietta. But we do have a budget to meet if we had a city. And if we don't have the revenue to pay it, someone's going to have to pay it. That's going to be pushed on to the homeowners, I believe.
Sure, I can address that. In California, oh, I'm sorry. Is that better? In California, several years ago, Proposition 218 was passed. And Proposition 218 basically requires any increases in taxes to be voted on by the citizens. That's a little bit different than what you're talking about with the Melrose situation. The Melrose, in a lot of cases, is put into place when new developments come online and these developments do not have infrastructure. And so they basically form an assessment district and they charge the parcels that are in that district to put in roads and bridges and things along those lines. And so the 90s and the Melrose and some of Southwest Riverside County, that was a big issue. I know that there's a lot, and Supervisor Buster could probably address this better than I can, but there are community facility districts throughout Southwest Riverside County now that are in place to fund the infrastructure. And so again, the city council would, we're really talking an apples and oranges situation with that. The city budget and what the city council can control is relatively set with your fiscal study, and they'll have a good idea what they are. If there's new projects come in, how they choose to address those projects, that then could add another layer on top of that. But again, those are policy decisions that happen at a later date. I don't know if I answered your question.
I'll think about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'm Mel Davison, and I live here in Wildomar. And the question I have, right now, there's, as everybody knows, there's a slowdown in the buildings. In fact, just today's paper in the Californian is talking about how many houses are being foreclosed in Marietta, which is adjoining. And the question I have, everybody knows that if houses are foreclosed, they'll be bought eventually at a very low price or some lower price, and that sets a standard. And everybody in the community has the right to go ahead and ask for a reappraisal. And these financial estimates are done in the future. And would this kind of a situation make it unfeasible to create a city?
Very good question. Those are called Prop 8 reassessments. And the assessor, clerk reporter, Larry Ward, has already gone in aggressively, even before people file these assessment appeals that you can do when you get your property tax bill. He's gone in and actually lowered quite a few housing areas already throughout the county. But is it enough to really damage the ability of the county or a new city services to the point where the previous gentleman, where you're kind of in a position where some critical service has got to be cut, or you've got to be forced into raising or voting for some critical assessment? And this is not just mine, it's no. The county recently went back to New York to try to maintain its credit rating, bond ratings. You know, Fitch, Moody's, Standard & Poor's, all rate these counties. And it's on that basis that interest rates are charged to the county. So it really helps if we have a high credit rating, the highest we can get, because it lowers our interest rates for such critical facilities, building jails, for example, and stretches our dollars even further. And the county wanted to meet that issue head on and show the rating agencies the potentiality for these foreclosures, what it was in relation to the total assessed valuation, and the way that valuations has been and would continue to move. And what the county showed, I didn't get the exact information, was even in worst case, these reassessments, Prop 8 reassessments, would not damage the county's ongoing ability to provide services to maintain the strength of its key revenue source, which is the property tax. And the rating agencies agreed. They kept the county's A, sub-A, 3 rating, and then double A ratings, which are about as high as you can get based on the income levels and the economic value of this county. So it isn't just the county saying this. It isn't just Supervisor Bob Buster saying this. 3 independent rating agencies also agreed. And they know about the situation here. You know, it's centered in certain areas around the country, and this is one where we have this subprime mortgage lending crisis. But they all agreed that it did not so affect the county to the point, even over the next few years, where our high credit ratings that are rated now high quality, so high quality credit ratings, they did not so affect it such that our credit ratings should be lower. Thanks.